Hello everybody, Josh Control back here again with another video, and today I bring you another top 5. Yes, it's that time of the week again, and just like last week, today I give you another top 5 of the best things that happened this year. And as hinted in that last week top 5, today I give you my list of the top 5 best movies of 2014. Yes, this year was a great year for movies. We got a lot of awesome comic book movies, action movies, dramatic movies, sci-fi movies, and animated movies. So let's just get right started on this. First off, I'm going to be using the same criteria that I did last week, which is I will essentially be picking up movies from one specific genre at a time, which will be comic book, animation, horror, comedy, and drama / other. So that's going to be the specific criteria that I choose. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, I will not be picking up or choosing any specific movies that I did not see this year. I mean, like, it's kind of generally impossible to see every single movie that came out this year. So obviously, I'm pretty sure there were movies that I didn't see that were awesome. So of course, if I didn't choose anything that you or mention any movie that specifically was amazing that you liked, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And of course, as always with my top 5s, they're subjective. They're my personal favorite lists of whatever. So in the comment section below, let me know what your personal list is of the best movies of this year. But anyways, let's get started on this. Coming up at number 5 has to go to The Babadook. It's a little specific indie-ish horror movie that came out this year, and to tell you the truth, it was really difficult to pick a horror movie that I liked this year, because this year we didn't really get that many good horror movies. There weren't really any explosive, like, really amazing movies. I mean, last year was a pretty decent year for horror movies. I mean, we had The Conjuring and stuff like that, but this year was kind of like, it was kind of kaput with, like, nothing good horror stuff, you know. And there were some interesting ones, you know, like The Babadook and The Purge Anarchy and Tusk and stuff like that, but overall, there just wasn't, this year was just, if it wasn't comic book, animated, or like a big box office, you know, big budget movie, you know, like The Hobbit or some said shit, it kind of was useless, you know, and that's how it kind of was for horror this year. But overall, I think The Babadook was a pretty decent, amazing movie. If you have not checked it out, please check it out. It's a good little indie movie. And of course, I just love that kind of storytelling of, like, a kid's, like, childhood, you know, horror stories that become reality, you know, and I just love the visual style of the whole movie. It's just a really good little horror movie that if you really are interested in seeing, definitely check it out. But anyways, moving off of that, going into number 4 on my list has to go to 22 Jump Street. 22 Jump Street was an amazing comedy, and, you know, Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, the two of them together are just hysterical. I mean, like, I never would have thought that they would have been consistently awesome in every single project that they do, but they are. They're just fucking hysterical. And I literally had zero, like, enthusiasm for the first film, and I was wildly surprised. It was an amazing movie, and this one was just as good. The 22 Jump Street series, the Jump Street series as it is now, is just awesome. I just hope they continue to make more movies like that. It's just so, the writers, the creators, the directors, and Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum together, all of them are just amazing. And it's just, there were a lot of great comedies, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of pretty decent comedies that came out this year, but 22 Jump Street is just one of those just breakout amazing stuff, you know? I mean, it's just an amazing comedy. I just love it. But overall, let's move off of that and go to my third choice on my list. Has to go to Interstellar. Now, I know there was a lot of big budget, amazing sci-fi movies that came out this year, but I don't know, Interstellar, when I watch it and when I look back at it now, it just was a great movie, you know? I mean, like, I know there's lots of people that may differ with me. You know, there's people who are, like, against Chris Nolan and think he's overrated, and there's the other people who think that Interstellar isn't as good as his prior movies, you know, like the Dark Knight trilogy or Inception and stuff like that. But when I think back, looking at the experience of watching the movie, it was just a good ride. I mean, like, it was just a good movie. I just loved it overall. You know, it was just a good science fiction movie, and I love the visual style of it. I love the effects. Matthew McConaughey, I don't know why. If I had a top 5 of best actors of the year, he would be number 1. like literally, he would be number one. Matthew McConaughey killed it this year. This year was perfect for him when it comes to his career, and I can't wait to see what he puts out next year. I'm just saying, him and Anne Hathaway in this movie, it was a perfect team up, and I just love the overall style of the movie. And the music, Hans Zimmer, he's just the best composer. He's just a badass overall. Interstellar was definitely great. But that's not saying that it was, better than any other sci-fi movie that came out this year, because, once again, we did get a good number of them. But if I had to look back at it, I don't know, I enjoyed Interstellar a little bit more. I'm just saying, I stated it in my review, if it was an hour longer, I literally would have stayed. I'm just saying, that's just my personal preference. But anyways, moving off of that, going to my second choice on the list has to go to the Lego Movie. The Lego Movie, hands down, is the best animated movie of the year, and I don't know how anyone could not just pass by this movie and not want to watch it. It's just amazing. Everybody grows up with playing with Legos. Everyone grew up with a Lego set or little Lego figures, and the Lego Movie is just one of those perfect ideas that comes to fruition and has an amazing execution. It's just so fucking awesome. Every single actor in there is awesome. You have fucking amazing choices that you wouldn't think would be in this movie. You have Chris Pratt, you have freaking Liam Neeson, Morgan Freeman, doing hysterical fucking stuff. You have Will Ferrell. It's just hysterical. This movie is just amazing. Batman's awesome in this. I can't wait to see the sequel to the Lego Movie and the Lego Batman solo movie. It's just going to be amazing. And plus, the title song of this movie is literally awesome. No pun intended. I'm just saying that the This Is Awesome song, that fucking song is stuck in my head ever since I watched it, and I'm glad it's there. I would put this song against any other animated theme song that came out this year, or even before it, and it's the best. I'm just saying, I like This Is Awesome way more than fucking Let It Go from Frozen. I'm just saying, This Is Awesome is a superior song in comparison, and I go with that with any other animated feature that came out this year, whether it be the other Disney shit or the fucking DreamWorks shit. It is nothing compared to the Lego Movie. The Lego Movie was the best, hands down, animated movie that came out this year, and I loved it. It was just amazing. I can't say any more great things about the Lego Movie. If you have not checked it out or picked it up on Blu-ray, definitely check out this movie. It's amazing all the way through. But anyways, moving off of that, let's name off some honorable mentions that almost got on my list and were equally as amazing as the movies I mentioned. First off, X-Men Days of Future Past, definitely amazing. It was one of the best X-Men movies to date, and I can't wait for X-Men Apocalypse. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was almost on my list. As you all know, I love apes. I love the Planet of the Apes series, and it was just amazing. It was definitely superior to Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It was just fucking awesome. Captain America: The Winter Soldier was also amazing. I mean, it was definitely better than the first Avenger, and I can't wait for Civil War. I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill it. Moving off of that, some other really good movies that came out this year: The Grand Budapest Hotel. Wes Anderson is just killing it. I get the feeling that every single movie that he does just gets better and better, and it's just amazing. The movie is just awesome. Also, Edge of Tomorrow was fucking badass. Tom Cruise killed it. I definitely recommend that one against his prior sci-fi movie, Oblivion. I'm just saying, Edge of Tomorrow, way better. Dumb and Dumber 2 was pretty funny, hysterical movie. Fury's badass. Fucking check that out. I would like to say Birdman was awesome, but I still have yet to see Birdman, which is sad because I really want to fucking see it. The same thing about Nightcrawler. So those two movies are on my list of need to watch movies, but don't spoil it for me, please, in the comment section below. And of course, I would put them on this list, but once again, I still haven't seen them, and I really want to. So, but overall, they're on my list. Big Hero 6 was an amazing animated feature. Definitely one of the best Disney has done so far. I wouldn't say it's better than the Lego Movie, nor is it better than Disney's prior features, like Wreck-It Ralph. Like if I had to compare Big Hero 6 with Wreck-It Ralph, I would prefer Wreck-It Ralph. But Big Hero 6, definitely amazing. I mean, for the first ever animated Marvel Disney movie, definitely awesome. It's definitely a worth the watch movie. So, but anyways, moving off of that, Sin City, Dame to Kill For was pretty badass. Godzilla, The Return of the King of Monsters was pretty badass. I'm just saying, I can't wait for that sequel. It's gonna be so fucking. It's gonna kill everything. I'm just saying, Godzilla's just gonna kill it. He's gonna come out of the sea. He's gonna fucking shoot gamma waves out of fucking mouth. He's gonna hit people with his tail. I can't wait for that fucking sequel. But anyways, that's pretty much it for my honorable mentions, and let's get up to my number one pick of the year of the best movie that came out of 2014, and it has to go to the best comic book movie that came out that I had zero idea that was going to be amazing, and that is, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, once again, another Chris Pratt movie, and yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. What can you say that hasn't been said about Guardians? It's just the best Disney Marvel comic book movie ever. I mean, like, and I really, really know that I was possibly one of the number one, like, naysayers on YouTube. Like, if there was ever, like, a top 5 list of, like, YouTubers who thought Guardians of the Galaxy was gonna suck ass and was gonna be shit, I was one of those people. I was literally on that list. I thought Guardians was gonna fail. I thought Disney had lost their minds. When I heard people were saying, like, oh, it's better than the Avengers, it's better than the Winter Soldier, I was like, fuck you, you're blowing smoke up their asses, stop doing that, it's stupid. But when I literally went and saw it, it's just a good fucking movie. The visuals, it's hands down the greatest movie James Gunn has ever done. And it's hands down the best Marvel movie that Disney has ever done. It's better than the Captain America series, the Iron Man series, the Thor series especially, Avengers. It's just so fucking awesome. It's one of those movies that I literally had zero aspirations for and thought it was going to fall on its face, and I was totally wrong. And I'm actually glad that I was wrong. You know, it made me like really reconsider and reevaluate my, I guess, overlook of comic book movies. You know, like, because, you know, after a certain period of time, it's good to have a comic book movie like this, so it really changes the game. And I think it really has changed the game. I mean, like, it's really morphed Disney's like expectations and basic, like, chart of, like, where they're going. Outline of where they're going with their movies. And also, I like to say it changes, like, Warner Brothers' feelings on how they should do comic book movies. I mean, like, they're doing Suicide Squad, which is basically their answer to Guardians. And then you have freaking Fox doing Deadpool, which is definitely, you know, a reaction from Guardians. So I like to think of it as Guardians is like one of those movies that goes on the list of comic book movies that broke box office records and definitely changed the game, which goes to, like, you know, Superman, then you have the Batman, then you have, like, the first X-Men, the first Spider-Man, and the Avengers, and the first Iron Man, and then now the Guardians of the Galaxy. It just goes on that list of, like, comic book movies that changed the game of comic book movies forever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like, as much as I'd like to bash it, and as much as I like to say, like, oh, well, Guardians of the Galaxy pretty much is the main reason as to why Disney and Marvel has a head that's unproportionate to its body, but I can't deny it. It's a good fucking movie, and it's the best comic book movie that came out this year, and it's definitely going to be hard to basically, like, top it with any other movie, you know, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. But overall, that's pretty much my top 5 list of best movies that came out of this year. This year was a great year for movies, and I can't wait for 2015. And I will, by January, will be putting out a top 5 list of my most anticipated movies of 2015. So if you want to check that out, definitely come back. And next week, I will, for a quick hint or tease of what I'll be doing, I'm going to be doing a top 5 list of of Christmas-oriented top 5 lists. So, if you want to know my thoughts on that, definitely come back next week for some more top 5 action that's all around based on fucking Christmas and shit like that. Definitely check that out. But that's pretty much it. That was my list of the best movies that came out this year. Fucking The Babadook, freaking 22 Jump Street, Interstellar, the Lego Movie, and Guardians of the Galaxy. That's my list of the best movies that came out this year. But overall, let me know, what was your list in the comment section below. What do you think was the best horror movie? What do you think was the best comedy? What do you think was the best comic book? The best animated? The best sci-fi? The best drama? Hell, even the best romance or the best whatever. Let me know in the comment section below what you personally loved over the course of this year. And of course, what are your expectations for next year's movies? And that's going to be pretty much it. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. I hope everyone has enjoyed as always. And this has been John Kutov.